What's going on, guys? YouTube followers, subscribers, tennis fans, people that just happen to fall upon this video. I'm a little late with this. I did my women's US Open women's draw a couple of days ago, and I kind of did the men's draw. I just finally completed it today, and I'm gonna post this. It's 2:17 in the morning, 2:20 in the morning, Monday morning. Uh, Busy weekend, and had I known it was going to be this busy, I would have gone ahead and did the video. I did it on Friday. Nonetheless, here's the video breakdown. I'm going to do the top section of the men's draw, followed by the bottom half. Top half, the top two sections, and then the bottom two sections. This is the top half of the draw. Rafael Nadal is the top seed. Roger Federer is the second seed. Those are the top seeds in the tournament. Andy Murray is the fourth, and Novak Djokovic is the third. This is the final Grand Slam of the year. So let's get right into it. In Rafael Nadal's quarter, he opens up against Russian. His name keeps changing to me, but Tamaras Gabashvili, the Russian. They've played twice, and Nadal's beaten him. In their head-to-head, he leads. So I don't see any problem for him. I think his first test of the tournament will be in the third round against Philip Kohlschreiber. He's 7-0 against him. Their last meeting was in Canada, and it went 3 sets. But he kind of has a strong head-to-head against him. He also had a good one against Baghdadis, but we're thinking this is the Grand Slam, this is open. Rafa's gonna be rested. He's gonna be ready to go. So it should be a test. See how he holds up on the hard courts of New York. But I see him getting through. Possible round of 16 is an interesting one. He might face either Feliciano Lopez, or he's the 23rd seed, or he could be playing Ivan Lubčić, the Croat, and he is the 15th seed. Head to head, he's 5-2 against Ivan, but Ivan won the last meeting, which was this year in Indian Wells. I believe, if you guys remember that final. Was it the final? Yep, it was the final. He had lost to Ivan in 3 sets, so it's kind of, it's a big deal. Tough, and then he's 5-2 also against Lopez. He hasn't lost to him on a hard court, but he lost his last match up on grass. Then we have the possibility of Fernando Verdasco. He's at the bottom section of that section. He's at the bottom. He's the 8th seed. I haven't really heard anything or seen anything from Fernando since the clay court season. So, he's, in my case, like easy pickings. But don't underestimate Fernando. He's also a good player. He's very diverse. He can do both clay and he can do hard court. So he has a challenge in his opener against Italian Fabio Fognini. If you don't remember him, he was the guy that took out Gael Monfils in the 2 nights they played in the suspension in the match over there. They went to 5 sets, and I believe it went to, don't quote me on it, but I think it went 10-8 in the 5th. I'm not sure. Either 10-8 or 9-7. But it was very, very, interesting how he played and everything. So I don't know how it'll transfer over to the hard courts, but, should be a little challenge. The third round possibility of meeting David Nalbandian, who has been hot this summer, but is Lovin won against Verdasco in head-to-head meetings, but the last one was in 06. So it's been a while. Davey has found some newfound energy and play, and he's just playing unbelievable this summer. So you got to give it up to him. Another Spaniard looms, as a potential round of 16 for David Ferrer in the 10 seed. He, they've had some interesting battles. I don't think Ferrera's beaten Verdasco, or I think he has, but it's very small in between. I didn't look up the head-to-head for that. You got to blame it on the time. I'm sorry, but it's an interesting matchup. You also have some notables in this section. You have Ernest Gulbis, the 24th seed from Latavia. Jeremy Chardy from France. Donald Young, the American lefty. You have Jill Simon, the Frenchman. And you also have I hate these names. Stakhovsky, who had just fresh off his New Haven title at the Pilot Bank. Okay, we have the Andy Murray quarter, and Andy Murray is the 4th seed, a finalist from 08. He opens against Lucas Lacko. No real thing. I think his first little test will come in the 3rd round against Stan Wawrinka from Switzerland, 25th seed. Head-to-head, Murray is down 1-2 against them. But the last meeting was in... No. Stan Wawrinka, I think he's got a winning record against Stan. His possible 16 match would be against another Spaniard in Nicolas Almagro, who's the 14th seed, who head-to-head is 2-1 against Murray. But Murray had 1-2 against Murray. Murray winning the last meeting in Indian Wells in 2010. So it was 6-2, One Love retired. So who knows how it'll be, the best of 5 sets. But Almagro doesn't have an easy road. He faces a challenge in American Sam Querrey, the 20th seed, in possible 3rd round clash. Sam has been, hot and cold this summer, but, that's still very, very liable to have an interesting match. Thomas Berdych basically rounds out this bottom half of this section. He's a Wimbledon finalist he's the 7th seed Wimbledon finalist from this year. He opens against Frenchman Michael Laudrup. His round of 16, I think that his first test will come in round of 16 against John Isner, the American. John Isner, of course, the marathon, 5th set in Wimbledon, 2nd round. He's the 18th seed, so the winner of that possibly facing Andy Murray in the quarters. Notables in this section of this side is Xavier Malisse, the Belgian, Julian Benito, the Frenchman, Tommy Robredo, Spaniard, Mikhail Yuzny, the Russian, Juan Ignacio Chela, who is seeded, I believe, and he's from Argentina. I have it as, for this section, I have Nadal versus Lopez in the 16s, Gulbis versus Nalbandian in the 16s. I have Murray and Sam in the 16s, and Berdych and Isner. I have Murray and Isner in the quarter, Nadal and Nalbandian in the quarter, Isner pulling up the upset, and Nadal coming through to a semi against Isner, where he will best him to make his first final in New York. These are my predictions, how I break down the draw will go. It's nothing set in cake. Please stay tuned for the bottom half, and thank you for watching.